If you recall last time, he showed us a couple different things throughout the video. The thing that really interested me, or the way that I thought about it, these elements that you can create with p5js that are on the HTML page. And this sort of interaction between the two, I think is very interesting. I think this is where you can make some interesting hypermedia type of things, right? Because if you can post onto the site, I imagine too, like creating some sort of interactive applet or even a game, right? So you have your little red square, or you have an interface or something here, right? And that could change what's posted in the HTML, right? Or let's say it is a game and you've got some sort of map, and as you enter different rooms, the text below down here could change, right? You could have a description, and you could make a fairly interesting game in this way, right? Or you have an image above here. I think about some of the older retro ones where you had the image and the text, right? You could start to do some of that much easier than trying to load everything just in the p5js canvas. Now, there are some issues with this, right? As we are doing this, this page gets very long. And to some extent, that could be sort of interesting too, right? Because then you have sort of a record of whatever was done, or a record of what the player experienced in the game. But that can also be hard to manage all that data and still actually be able to interact with the canvas. So we need some way to manipulate, modify, not just create HTML elements on the page, but actually be able to modify the attributes of those elements. And that is something that he will talk about in the next video. The next video, it's not super long, but it's the only video from him I'm going to have you look at today, because the number of things that you can do with it, the number of different ways that you can experiment or apply or just mess around with what he's going to show you in the next video, uh, modifies or works with, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. It takes care of my issue, my concern with this idea, right, of just posting too much stuff. But it also shows you more stuff you can do, and it expands what you can do with it. So I think the next video is really cool, and thinking about some of the hypermedia stuff, think about what can you do with what he's already shown you, and what does the content in the next video allow you to do as well. So play with that a little bit, and then think about what sort of product or whatnot you might want to make, or you would be able to make with this new information.